Hello and welcome to the show, The Marketplace Meet, where new ideas and smart solutions come together in the marketplace startup world. I am Vinod Kumar, CEO of Aykan, a company that has proudly serviced all these marketplace entrepreneurs and built their dream product. So, in this show, I'm going to take you on a journey through the minds of some of the brilliant entrepreneurs in the marketplace community. In each episode, we are going to sit with them, understand their journey starting from ideation, technology implementation, crafting the revenue model, and marketing. So let's get started. Let's welcome our today's guest. Marina, welcome to the show. I'm very glad to have you as a guest. We have been working with you from at least 6 months from Icon. So we were able to develop the product that you're looking for. But more than that, I would like to hear about your initiative that you have taken, that is One Thread Road, right? Could you please explain about it to our audience?
Sure. So One Thread Road is a peer-to-peer wardrobe lending and renting platform. The purpose of it is to circulate clothing we already have to reduce fashion waste and create a more sustainable way to dress.
Excellent. That's good to hear. So, what comes to my mind when I hear about One Thread Road is sustainability and then promoting reusability, right? That's very much required in the current era because, on one end, we are uh, advancing in technologies such as AI, blockchain, and other things. But on the other hand, uh, probably such initiatives where we um, uh, consciously make use of natural resources and then reusability, sustainability, all those things matters a lot. So I'm really very appreciative of your work and initiative that you have taken on One Thread Road. And I was talking to my CTO, Mr. Naveen Bhatt. I was very fascinated with the idea of shade closet and then reusability, all those things that you started. So my next question is to you: what inspired you to start One Thread Road, right? And how did your journey towards promoting sustainable fashion begin?
Sure. So my partner and I actually built a tiny home. It took us about a year and a half, and we moved in last year. When we moved in, I really had to downsize everything we owned. And at that point, I was already very focused around sustainability and conscious of everything that I purchased. Um, but when it came to clothing, I did a lot of research of what to do with all of these clothes that I couldn't fit anymore into our tiny home, and I wasn't really wearing enough. So the question was, do I donate it? Can I recycle it and wear? Or can I sell it, resell it? I did a lot of research around this, and I was just really shocked at some of the facts that came up about the fashion industry. And I was especially shocked because, like I said, sustainability has been a big part of my life already. But to not have applied these principles in my wardrobe, it was just disturbing, shocking. It made me, question how could I be a part of this solution and what can I change about this. So One Thread Road came to my mind, filling some gaps of options that were already out there. Of course, there's buying and selling reused fashion, but to me, that takes a lot of time to do, especially if you're looking for something in specific or for a special occasion. It takes hours of browsing or looking through thrift shops, and
That's right.
the idea of renting something that's just already sitting there, is really appealing to me, who doesn't want to spend hours upon hours just to find one thing secondhand.
So, Marina, it's fantastic to hear about the way you started, and especially, such ideas are going to be started when you face certain issues or problems. And it's very fascinating to hear about your journey where you kind of did not understand what to do with your clothes, and a lot of people like me, I would have simply dumped it uh, that's the difference, right? So you've came up with a fantastic idea, and it is it is useful, especially in sustainability, as well as if you look at these concepts, especially when you have someone exposing their closet and then mentioning about it. Probably they can even come up with certain photos, previous photos. How does it look when they wear it, right? So that will give you more insights about the clothes that they're going to wear. So so that's one fascinating to hear. Now the next question that I have for you is challenges and solutions. Um, what are some biggest challenges you have faced in establishing a peer-to-peer wardrobe leading lending platform, and how have you overcome them? Right. So it is ideas is fantastic. Begin with an idea, but how come you landed up in creating a marketplace for that? How did you think about it?
How did I think of the marketplace? Well, I thought that, marketplaces already exist for buying and selling. So people were already taking photos of their items to post them online and sell them within their local community. They
Right.
often drive out of their way, even for items that might cost $5, just for the purpose of sustainability, convenience, and keeping items in circulation. So I didn't think it would be that far off to just turn that around into a rental platform for items that you don't want to get rid of, but you don't wear a lot. So these are things that just sit in your wardrobe and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll wear that again one day. I spend a lot of money on it, or, it's something valuable to me or meaningful, but you might wear it once a year, once every few years. You might not have worn it for 5 years. But just putting that item in circulation is going to decrease the environmental impact of it. So that's the purpose of the renting and lending platform.
Okay, that's amazing to hear. So can you please elaborate on how one thread road contributes to reducing textile wastage? That's something that we have been talking about. Can you please be precise on probably how we can reduce textile wastage? Because I'm from India, as you're aware,
Mhm.
so we were thinking a lot about uh, reducing food wastage. A lot
Mm,
of food is being
yes.
wasted. On one hand, we have now the food is becoming a liability. Earlier it
Mhm.
was a necessity, now it is kind of becoming liability, right? Because now people are looking at how to reduce weight, and then avoid food, right? And on the other hand, we have people who are starving for food. So we were thinking, how do we reduce the wastage, food wastage? So similarly, it applies to any necessity of human being, right? Including textile. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I suppose textiles are a little bit different because you can sort of share it and recycle it. I don't think you can recycle food as easily once
Yeah.
you've eaten it or it's gone bad. But in terms of the environmental impact, you can look at it two ways. One is the more times a single item is worn, the less its environmental impact. And you calculate that by looking at the amount of resources it takes to produce that item in the first place. And you can divide that by the number of wears it's getting. So, if it takes 2,700 liters of water to produce one shirt, which that's a fact.
That's it.
If you wear that shirt 50 times, that's greatly dividing those resources into the amount of wears. If you look at the average time somebody wears any item of clothing, it's only 7. So you're now taking 2,700, you're dividing it by 7, and that's a lot larger of an impact on the environment that that item has. The other
Exactly.
way that it's reducing the environmental footprint is um, when you're providing more options so that people don't have to go to the store to buy something new, you're decreasing the demand to create new pieces and use our resources for that primary production. And thereby, that reduces the amount of things we're creating that's then going to create waste. So you're decreasing the demand and decreasing the overall waste.
Okay, amazing. A lot of insights there. So definitely, this kind of education. How do you manage to that? That was my precisely the next question. How do you educate your community? Because I believe that there's a huge community, probably who are dealing with these kind of marketplaces, right? Where they take the used clothes, and then probably they can recycle clothes, is what we call it as. How do
Mhm.
you educate your community, and then what are the marketing strategies that you have done? It, of course, you have an idea, you have a product, but at the end it has to be reached to your end customers, right? Otherwise they will not come to know about your product, or they'll not come to know about your ideas. So what are the things that came to your mind? How did you market it and then educate people?
Well, I definitely use social media for a lot of marketing. I find that jumping on and just speaking about it and choosing kind of one thing to focus on at a time so that people can really absorb it. You're, connecting with your community face to well, kind of face to face. You're showing up in person and you're explaining, why this idea exists and how it's going to work. And that's really important to educate um, people about what your marketplace is because it's a fairly new concept. So, first, you have to let them know why you've created it and why they should become a part of it.
Right.
Yeah, some of the other strategies, it's I'm using like the holistic marketing means of engaging people through email and then social media and ads and SEO and all of that. But the idea is to get the message out there of what the benefits are and why people should join.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Social media is the right platform to do it.
Mm.
But on top of it, probably the SEO for your website. And I have gone through your website. It looks amazing. I know, especially when you present it to the fashion industry, it has to look very good, right? So I went
Mm.
through your all the website. So first part, you have all the things that is necessary to reach out to the community, or the user base who may potentially use your product, right? So I've been doing fantastic there, Marina. So uh, very important thing about marketplace, though you have an idea, you have a product, you have community who are using it, all those things are fine. Now, important concept is the business model, right? The revenue model. uh, will it be okay to share a couple of or the insights about a revenue model that you follow in One Thread Road?
Yeah. So far, it's very simple. We're just taking a commission on the sales. This is because it's really important for us to have as many options as possible on the site so that it can become a viable option for shopping and a solution. So we wanted it to be free for lenders to sign up and list items. As soon as you charge a membership for that, if people aren't, successful in lending their items or they haven't used it for a while, they might not use the site. But we just want the options up so that everybody can use it as means to shop.
So it's nice to hear about your revenue model, Marina. Um, One thing that comes to my mind is some of the uh, thoughts, like, why don't you probably look at providing some services on top of this commission? If you can say, for example, I have some of my clothes where I can lend it to someone, right? But I don't have time to take photos of my clothes and present it in a decent way. Probably I was also thinking about, I was really fascinated about this idea. I was about to do this podcast. That's all fine. But this is a wonderful idea that I was thinking. So this is just researching on this more, right? So there's some other services also that you can provide. Have you thought about it, or are you happy with the what revenue model you're following?
Oh, absolutely. I uh, that was a key idea in the beginning, was to offer a space where people could just come and drop items, and you can either just photograph it for them or photograph it and list it for them. I've been experimenting with this in my own tiny home. My background is actually in photography, so I was offering it to a lot of our first lenders. I thought it was a good incentive for people to sign up sooner, because eventually I will charge for this service. But in the beginning, just to get the platform moving, I've actually been offering photography for free. But the plan is definitely to create a service around this and a place for people to come and just make it even easier for them to list. Another revenue stream that I didn't talk about before, besides the commission, was, of course, sourcing our own items to lend out on the site.
Oh, excellent. That's amazing. There are a couple of revenue models that you can probably look at. And so, what's your next when it comes to technology and what we call it as the customizations, the marketplace building? I'm sure that you came across Sharetribe, and Sharetribe is a wonderful platform for marketplace. It allows a lot of entrepreneurs. I've been working with Sharetribe. We have served more than 10 people, 10 customers, in fact. We
Mhm.
have recently started our journey, but still, it was a very fast pace, um, where we served a lot of customers, and most of them, 90% of them, are entrepreneurs. They had this idea. They did not know what to do next, but they know that they had to do a marketplace, but something which is readily built tool, something like as Share Tribe, that gives life to your ideas. And I felt really happy that he chose Share Tribe. And also on top of customization, so the Share Tribe doesn't offer everything for you. It offers you the base product that you're looking for. Sorry, probably a marketplace solution. And it's a very generic, it is not meant for fashion industry, or it is not meant for any other industry for that matter. It's just a marketplace, but you need to build on top of it, right? You need to customize it. So how was your journey with Icon so far? um, it's our company, and I've been very happy to serve you. And especially I was talking to Mr. Naveen. The customization that you're looking for um, included several factors, such as the UI customizations and then attribute customizations, and having certain your own flow, etc. So what's your thought process, and how did you find collaborating with us, Icon, the software services company?
Right. So Icon was a really important step in launching my marketplace. Like you said, ShareTribe is a wonderful platform, but it's a really, really um, it gives you a really basic, template to start with. And for me, branding was so important from the beginning. Like you said, we're in the fashion industry. We're trying to appeal to a certain audience whose big focus is around aesthetics. So just having little design tweaks like that in the beginning were really helpful. And it was great to establish that relationship with your company already, so that when I do further customizations down the road, I don't have to question how it's going to get done or who I need to turn to. It's there. I can run to you guys as soon as I need to do
Yeah.
more customizations.
We'll be very happy to serve you, in bringing your life to idea to life. So you already done that, but probably at least whatever contributions that we have, we will be able to do it. We'll be
Yeah.
happy to do that, Marina. So, what's your advice for upcoming entrepreneurs? You have done a fantastic job solving a very important issue, especially in this era of sustainability, and other things. And you have spoken really, you have given a very much very important insights about recycling, right? That's important thing. So similarly, there are many other areas where we can contribute as youngsters. We can contribute towards solving many other issues. So what's your advice for upcoming entrepreneurs who'd like to take up this kind of problem solving stuff?
Sure. I think first, launch something as soon as you can, which Sharetribe's been really helpful for that. And Aykan, you don't want to spend too much time developing something without getting your minimum viable product
Right.
out there. So that's something to think about. The other thing is there is going to be a lot of barriers and a lot of challenges, and you just have to learn as you go and learn from each one that you face and constantly come up with a solution to overcome those challenges. And
Right.
don't give up.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's valuable insights. So, what's your next future vision, and then what's your next plan, or what are you going to do with your platform? When are you planning to scale it up?
Well, it's fairly new in this region, but the next plan is definitely to expand it to other cities across Australia. I'd
Wow.
like to reach a much larger audience because it is all online. Besides possibly the photography service, it's able to be brought anywhere around Australia or the world, but I think Australia right now is just the perfect market to take it on board. We're already going in that direction, of consciousness and sustainability. So I will definitely focus here. The other aspect of it is bringing it, adding a section for boutiques and retail stores so that they can start as well thinking about the value of each item and investing in pieces that are going to hold up longer term, that aren't so trendy, and then being able to rent them as well through the site.
Yeah,
So that's the plan.
that's a process. There's a lot of work to do, Marina. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for sharing your insights and your ideas. The way you started, it's very humble beginning, and then you're successfully able to launch your marketplace. That's wonderful. First of all, a lot of ideas comes to our mind, and we don't take any further steps to you know achieve that. So you have done that. You have successfully. You are able to kind of launch it, and then probably you're also serving your target users. Some of the customers are probably you know um, taking help of your platform, and a lot of work to be done together as a technology partner of One Thread Road. We'll be very happy to assist you anywhere, wherever the digital transformation is required, wherever you think, okay, technology can help you to contribute towards your idea, your scaling up a part, etc. We'll be very happy to help you. And I wish you all the best, Marina. Thanks for your time to join us, and then see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that we've formed a partnership together, and I look forward to working with you guys.